I'll just throw it out to you, Albert. The number one story coming off of Week 17 in your estimation is what? What do you give it?
Well, I mean, Saquon, I think the accomplishment is one of those things that's going to stand the test of time, and obviously getting to 2,000 yards in 16 games. Yeah, I think there's a nuance to that like that he didn't need the extra game to do it. That he had over other guys who've done it, like Derrick Henry and Chris Johnson and Adrian Peterson. So that's one of them. I think like really like, and it almost feels like ancient history now because it's like what 5 days ago. But
Right.
The way the Chiefs looked, it feels to me like they're rounding into shape, and I think it's some of the vision that they had for the team over the summer, where now you're seeing what they thought of Hollywood Brown, and you're seeing what they hoped Xavier Worthy would be. And now they have the left tackle thing figured out, with, Joe Tooney, who's an all-pro guard, who's one of the all-time, great professionals, like being able to make that move from the guard position. And Pacheco's healthy, and the defense was able to play the way they did against the Steelers without Chris Jones in there. So they bought Chris Jones the extra few days of rest, and now they'll buy him even more rest with the bye. It just like, I don't know how you felt watching on Christmas Day, Rich, but it's like it was kind of like, here they come.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know. And the cheese was out there all season long, just like the year before and the year before that. The year before that, I took it and said, no, the Raiders are going to win the division. And then they won the Super Bowl, the Chiefs did. And then last year, it's like, they're never going to be able to flip the switch. And then they did after Christmas. This one, I don't know if it's really a switch flip. It's just been a slow burn of excellence. With occasional bursts of what one would think luck to get them through the moments where their excellence couldn't get them on the scoreboard.
You say luck though, like this is what the Patriots were for 20 years, right? Like it was like God, like every break's going their way, every call's going their way, but it's like they were so prepared for when those breaks did go their way that they nailed it like every time. Like that was the magic of the Patriots. It wasn't just getting breaks. It was like when the break came for them, they capitalized. And that's what the Chiefs are. It's like, I mean, if you're another team playing against Patrick Mahomes and Kansas City, it's like the same feeling you probably had playing against Tom Brady in New England 10 or 20 years ago, where it's like a couple things go wrong and, oh my God, the walls are closing on us now. They sort of have that mental edge on everybody. And so, and now, they get to do it at Arrowhead. And again, like I think like having the bye and having week 18 to manage health, with a couple of guys, and Travis Kelce and Chris Jones who've been banged up, like to get them the extra rest now. It's just setting up where it's like, I mean, I thought about it like, when they won on Christmas, it was like they're one win away from their 7th straight AFC title game. Like that's it. Like that's the position they put themselves in. And, again, it's like this is another parallel to New England, but it's like they're going to be in that ring at the end when there are only 4 teams left on Championship Sunday, and they're going to win some of them, they're going to lose some of them, but like they're always going to be in that ring, and it feels like that's going to be the case once again after everything they've been through this year.
And an interesting conversation that I'm sure many of our colleagues will go deeper into as we are waiting and twiddling our thumbs for Week 18 is interesting, Albert, that the top seed in the AFC also, in a way, holds the keys to the 7th seed. And they take on a Broncos team that needs to beat them to get that 7th seed. And if the Chiefs beat the Broncos, that opens the door potentially for the Dolphins. And if the Dolphins can't pop that door through, Joe Burrow can. And if you're the Chiefs and you hold these keys, what do you do with those keys, Albert Breer?
Well, what do you do? I've thought about this so much. Here's the thing, though.
Yes.
Like I would say, like as far as just your fear factor here, if you're Kansas City, and they shouldn't be scared of anybody, and they aren't. But like your fear factor, like I would say there are probably 2 teams in the AFC that really give you the most pause.
Can I guess them?
Yeah, go ahead.
Ravens and the Bengals.
Bengals and the Bills, I think, right?
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah, the Bills, sure.
Bengals.
Okay, the Bills, not the Ravens.
Okay. So let's say you have that opportunity to knock the Bengals out. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I think if the Bengals get in, they play the Bills in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to sort of take care of itself, right?
Yep.
I mean, that's just like kind of like the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, absolutely. If I'm the Bengals, if I'm the Chiefs, I want to keep Joe Burrow out. I'm going to game this up. But
damn straight you will, man. You don't want Burrow to go into Buffalo and one and done there, and then he shows up feeling like that in your house. Get out of here with that noise, man.
So you would game this up then. I mean, but here's the thing. Like here's the other part about it, right? After watching what Kevin O'Connell's done with Sam Darnold, right? And what like Liam Cohen and Dave Canales and Todd Bowles have done with Baker Mayfield. Are you ruling out that Andy Reid might roll out a different version of Carson Wentz there on Sunday?
Yeah, I know.
Like, that might be a little more difficult than people think. Like,
listen,
after all these reclamation projects we've seen, would you rule out that, like, oh my God, like 2017 Carson Wentz is back?
Oh,
you know
Albert,
what I mean?
Albert, that's the beauty of weeks 17 and 18 in the NFL. Because I'm being slightly cheeky here, or completely cheeky, by even twitching in the direction that the Chiefs would, play something funky in week 18 to try and game the system to make sure Joe Burrow doesn't, make it, because it's more than just what the Chiefs have to do. It's not completely in their control. But the beauty of week 17 and 18 is, like, if Carson Wentz is going to start, this is a major opportunity for him. Like, and anybody else who starts in place of the Chiefs starters, it's a major opportunity for them too to look at their colleagues who have nothing to do but watch them, right? Kelsey will be standing there. Chris Jones will be standing there. Mahomes will be standing there. Whoever is the starter that's standing there, they are a captive audience, and here they can prove to those guys, I'm one of you. I can be just as good as you. I'm a Kansas City Chief. We're going to win this Super Bowl together. That is potent. That's the beautiful thing about this league.
Just last year, this is a little bit of a different example, but I can tell you, one of the things the Vikings really liked about Sam Darnold was how well he played in garbage time in that Ravens-Niners game on Christmas. When you remember the Ravens blew him out and Sam Darnold played the last 10 minutes. Well, if you go back and look at it, and I think you and I have talked about this, right? Like, you saw a different version of Sam Darnold out there. And some of the Vikings people I know were like, whoa, like, what are we looking at here? Maybe there is something to work with there. So I think that part of it is really, really interesting. That for Carson Wentz, this is a great opportunity. And again, like, are we sure? Are the Broncos so good that they'll be able to just roll out there and beat a Chiefs team that realistically in the NFL, it's not like college. You can't sit everybody. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't have enough numbers on your roster. So this is like tops going to be what? 7 or 8 guys sitting out, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. It's like an interesting twist the way that week 18 sets up here. And, certainly I look at the Bengals and I probably wouldn't want Joe Burrow coming into Arrowhead. I think I'd agree with you on that.
Yeah, right. Joe Burrow, man. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern for free.